Hello and welcome to School of War. Today we're gonna be discussing archers. I'm your host Arkanon, and let's get this party rolling. So the first thing you should know about archers is that they require constant defense. As you probably have realized if you have ever played 3 archers, you need to be paired with a person, either pikeman, spearman, or swordsman, so they'll protect you against cavalry, because cavalry, and excuse my language, can wreck your shit. So you don't want that. So today I have this video that I recorded with the help of my friend Proteus and his friend Zaris. And in this video, while we do lose the match, we can see lots of moves that set archers apart. Some archers have got some very interesting tricks. A lot of people just shoot, just stand and shoot, which is a way to use them, but it does not utilize their whole strengths, especially considering slingers and javelins. Javelins have got less range but much higher damage, while slingers currently have more damage and more. It's just doesn't make archers shine a lot. But what archers do have is, which is slingers currently have as well, and that's why I think slingers are going to get nerfed. Next I'm going to be doing a slinger video, is move and shoot. So archers are able to reload while they're on the move, which gives them a distinct advantage. Now let's take a look at the beginning of the match. So let's speed things up. You can see me so you can see me pairing myself with the pikeman. Alright, so Proteus goes in and engages the enemy cavalry. In return, he gets shot at by these 3 archer units. So our archers are coming in from the back, aiming for these principes. So as it stands now, archer advantage is not as important as it is in other Total War games. Mainly because there are lots of ways to counter them, to outmaneuver them, and they die very easily. So they are not your immediate threat. Cavalry is the major problem in this game currently. In the previous Total War titles, your strategy would mostly be shaped by the status of the enemy skirmishers. So here I see my my ally disconnecting, and I take control of his units, giving me 6 toxotai in total. So what I do, I stand and shoot because I know my opponent is outnumbered. But I also watch my enemy melee, and I move behind my pikeman friend. So pikemen are holding the enemy archers, and now I'm helping him to take these guys down. Did you just see the sheer amount of damage it just did? Yep, and we just had our first general kill. So in the situations like these where you are shooting when you're not under threat, your best bet is to stand and shoot, because you're not getting attacked, you're just standing and just doing damage to the enemy. This is a very good position for you. So you see, it is not doing a lot of damage against enemy heavy infantry. So now enemy archers are coming in within range. You always must be looking out for 1, cavalry, 2, enemy archers. So let's take a look. So here you can see me positioning myself against the enemies over here, and to give myself the high ground. High ground allows me to attack from a higher range. Okay, let's pause this for a second. Okay, so as we just saw, the enemy is over here. My archers, while outside of their range, because they're on a higher ground, are able to fire at them. So being on a higher ground gives you distinct advantage in a lot of things. Also, the other thing you need to remember is that when enemy uses Testudo, Testudo is considerably less effective from the flanks and from the back. As you can see, just now I hit him from the back and it's 100% effective. This is even more pronounced in slingers as it stands now. Previously, slingers were lower damage but higher range unit, becoming anti-archer unit, while archers were most well-rounded skirmisher unit. So now that I have taken out the enemy archers, I can help my melee friends, mostly using focus fire, in order to minimize the friendly fire. So I keep looking at my range as well as the map, because now I see that enemies coming in from the back. This is a losing battle, but you can see how a good skirmisher support can change the tide of the battle. Now we have forced him to retreat. So now, because we're losing the hot gates, we are forced to retreat from the middle position. So now comes another important factor, especially during retreats. You will have to kite the enemy melee units. So now you see some of the archers getting caught. These were not my archers, these were the disconnected archers. So now you see the shoot and move. And of course you never want to pile up, bunch up your archers. So it just makes them a much easier target. So because your archers are faster than heavy infantry, you're able to move and shoot. Most of the time you just leave one, let them chase one unit futilely and shoot them with the other two. So now, because we have lost the middle and the south and the hot gates, this forces us to go back. We also have lost the north, except the tower area, which is why we have the Hastati over here. But this, on the other hand, is good for you, because you will be able to see me utilizing all the strengths of the archer units. So one strength of the archer units is of course the ability to decap. So you usually want to stay close and not advance. Like, archers usually stay in the middle even when you are advancing. That's usually a good idea. You usually hold strategic points. So now you see me spreading my units. Now they have left this unit alone and they're paying the price. I keep decapping over here. Now because of the fog of war, I'm not able to see the archers over here, which is costing me quite a bit. So you see my enemy has changed their direction. Now I'm making them pay. Let's see, what we just saw was the barrage ability. The barrage ability was that whole, well, barrage of arrows which can wipe out units immediately. So let's take a look from the enemy's perspective to see how frustrating it is. So this is what we see here is being kited. My units over here, they were just lost. Cavalry could not help, so... Okay, let's speed this up a bit. So you see this one unit. As soon as I have made considerable distance, I shoot and move, shoot and move. The rapid advance ability also helps you with kiting, as well as stand and shoot, because it increases your turning speed. So you see, as soon as my enemy turned away from me, I kept shooting at him. Now I see the enemy has showed me his side. I make him pay for it. Now we see, now I'd like to pause. Okay, now this is the important part. This is the most important part. Archer duel. Now I know that my opponent outnumbers me, but even then I must continue doing this. Now what you're about to see is how to play archer versus archer. So my enemy shot, my turn. I keep moving, move to the side, they missed. Now I stopped. Do you see how little damage I'm taking? Exactly. On the other hand, they're taking full damage. Boom. Full damage? No damage. Friendly fire. You must move undetectably. Kind of make a beeline, but just move unpredictably. Because, and this will always work, your opponent cannot use it to predict it, because artificial intelligence just predicts your next move. It does not shoot randomly. So now, because I'm being chased by these Sestadi, I'm forced to move out. So as soon as I see my enemy shooting, I just change my direction to minimize my damage. See, had these Astadi not been here, it would have been a completely different story, but you have just seen how we can both kite and win the archer duel by minimizing your damage. Well, and here we are making more distance, just kept on shooting, but the game's about to end. So, this is basically the general tricks, the basic tricks of playing skirmishers. So to recap, first, always have a melee partner that's gonna cover you. Number 2, watch the map, watch for the enemies. Number 3, move and shoot. If you see skirmishers, move and shoot. Let them shoot once, dodge it, and then you shoot. If both of you are doing it together, neither of you are gonna take a considerable amount of damage until one of you loses focus and receives damage, reducing their damage that they can do. I hope that was helpful, and we'll see you next time.